Hello everyone. Today in this video I am going to cover about the questions and answers of the topic which we discussed in our previous video, that is controlling organizational units. So let us start the first question. So, true or false, company codes are required for the internal CO? Yes, as the company code is the core organizational unit and is integrated with all the other organizational units in the organization. So company code is a required organizational unit. So finance is the foundation of value reporting in SAP, and for legal reasons company codes are required for all organizations. Not all transactions from finance will have an impact in CO, but for many transactions, a financial posting provides the basis for reporting about internal operations. Which of the following components can be activated in the controlling area? There are two correct answers. So what are the which of the following components can be activated in controlling area? So these are all cost objects. Production order is a cost object, profit center is a cost object, and even currency is actually required to define the controlling, but it is not a component. So cost center and commitments are the component. So A and B is the correct answers. Currency is required to define a controlling area, but it is not a component. Profit centers and production orders are not specifically activated at the controlling area. These elements are master data elements defined after controlling area is active. So true or false, the client is the top organizational structure for external financial reporting. So for external financial reporting, the client is actually not the answer for this should be false. So let us see. So as I said, it is false. The client is the top enterprise structure for the entire SAP system. The key organizational element for external financial reporting is the company code. In an SAP S/4HANA system, which settings must be consistent to connect company codes to a controlling area in an N:1 environment? So it should have the same fiscal year, special periods, and operating chart of accounts. In an N:1 environment, you can designate that company code currency is tracked in a transaction, but this setup is not mandatory. If you choose to track company code currency, different company codes can have different currencies. If you choose to track company code currency, different company codes can have different currencies. The mandatory setting for N:1 are an operating chart of accounts, fiscal year variant, and special periods. So the fifth one is true or false. A standard SAP HANA client will have two main clients, production and testing. It is not only production and testing, there are many other clients. So the main client is production, but actually it is not only these two clients. So it is false. An SAP infrastructure can have any number of clients depending on your business requirements. Production is the most critical client, since this client holds all of your organization's operations. The SAP infrastructure is built to update and safeguard this environment. The top level of CO is which of the following? Operating concern. So we discussed in our previous video, the top level in the controlling is operating concern. The operating concern is the top level in CO and is also an optional structure that is only activated if your company code chooses to use COPA. A controlling area is a mandatory structure for CO. So, as mentioned here, operating concern is the optional structure that is only activated. So, as discussed, the operating concern is the top level in CO and is also an optional structure which can be activated only when we think of using COPA. But its controlling area is the mandatory structure for CO. When defining a controlling area, you must choose which of the following. So there are three correct answers. So when we define a controlling area, we will select cross company code setting and standard cost center hierarchy and controlling area currency. The standard cost center hierarchy is a required setting for cost center accounting. The name of the hierarchy is set in the controlling area. The profit center hierarchy is not set in controlling area. The controlling area currency must be identified. You can use a currency defined in FI or use a unique controlling area currency. Even though you could choose a unique currency for CO, in most cases this approach is not recommended since FI would be able to see that currency, would not be able to see that currency. The cross company code settings identify whether the company code to controlling area is 1:1 or n:1. Consider always n:1 even where the current environment is 1:1 to allow for future flexibility to add additional company codes later if required. So A, B, C are the correct answers. So the 8th question, true or false? The operating concern is the top of overhead controlling structure and requires the activation of costing based and account based COPA. Yes, it is true. The operating concern is the top of the overhead controlling structure. The operating concern is the first level below a client in the system structure. Controlling areas reside below operating concerns. A controlling area can be activated without the operating concern. An operating concern is only required if you are activating COPA. Which of the following organizational structures are directly connected to the controlling area? So to the controlling area, company code is assigned. So only company code is assigned. So all other things are assigned to the company code. Company codes are directly assigned to the controlling area. Plants are connected to the company code. A business area is a financial structure and is not directly associated to the organizational structure that they are otherwise connected to through postings. Purchasing organization can be directly assigned to a specific plant. Directly assigned to all plants under a company code are not assigned until the transaction is completed. So the only one which is assigned to the controlling area is company code. The first step in activating the SAP system is to define what? The first step in activating SAP system is to define organizational units. An organizational structure is the first activation once the system is set up. ABAP programs are part of the initial system installation and may be added at any time. Master data and transactions are added once all relevant configurations are complete. So which key features are activated in an operating concern? There are two correct answers. So operating concern currency and costing based COPA. I think it should be A and B. So yes, the answer is A and B. To activate the operating concern, you will choose the options for costing based COPA or accounting based COPA. You will also choose the operating concern currency. You don't set the controlling areas during activation. You will assign controlling areas after you have activated the operating concern. Which SAP technical feature allows technical settings to be shifted from one client to another? It should be through transport. Transports are used to move technical system settings from one client to another. Organizational structures are the settings in configuration where you will define how your company will operate within the SAP modules. Configuration consists of maintaining technical table settings that will control how the system will operate. Which enterprise structure is used to manage profit by external market? Which enterprise is used to manage profit by external market? It should be COPA. COPA provides profit information and cost of sales information for external markets. Company codes are defined for external reporting but do not provide market analysis. Segments are available to report external market information for financial reporting but not for reporting profitability. Profit centers are intended for profit analysis but not for analysis by market. Which of the following describes the purpose of CO? Operational expense and profit reporting, external statutory reporting, capital detailed analysis. So operational expense and profit reporting. CO is structured to provide operational detailed reporting for expenses and profits. Company code reporting is structured to meet legal or statutory reporting. Company codes also provide capital reporting detail. True or false? Profit centers are optional organizational structures to provide a flexible reporting tool for income statements and balance sheets. True. Profit centers are flexible reporting tools for income statements and balance sheet. So through profit centers we don't normally it is actually an optional. It's not mandatory. So the profit centers are flexible reporting tool for incoming statements and balance sheet. The structure is defined according to your company's requirements and provide an alternative to company codes which are strictly based on legal requirements. So company code, it will it will generate the income and expense statement and balance sheet as per the legal requirement. With profit centers we can generate our reports as per the company requirements. Only one version for actual can be activated for a controlling area. Yes, it is true. Actually, it should be true. I don't know why they given as false. It should be true. Controlling areas can have many versions of plan, but only one version of actual. Versions can also be used for specialized purposes. Think of a version as a bucket where SAP can store a set of data for a specific purpose. The controlling area version controls which of the following? There are three correct answers. It will ability to post actual data. Yes. Ability to plan across cost centers. ability to send plan data to other processes. I think it should be A, B and C. Let us see. It is not A, B and C, it is A, C and D. The version controls whether actual and planned data can be posted. The version does not control planning across cost centers but does control the ability to copy planned data. Okay. Versions control whether data can be integrated with other components. If price calculations are needed, then the version must contain settings specifying how the price should be calculated. Okay. Then we have missed some point, like here it is like ability to post actual data, ability to send plan data to other process, ability to calculate price. So A, B and D. Okay. True or false? Is it possible to activate both account based COPA and costing based COPA in? Yes, it is possible. SAP recommends that account based COPA always be activated. Serious discussion should take place to determine whether costing based COPA is still needed, since costing based COPA is not part of universal journal. So the next question is true or false. SAP S/4HANA offers the ability to change all configuration settings in the future to meet changing business requirements. False. While many configuration settings can be changed, other settings are set only one time and cannot be changed later. Many settings also have restrictions on how and when they can be changed. So it is possible to connect non-SAP systems to SAP S/4HANA client. Yes. In many SAP installations, you can use an RFC connection to link non-SAP systems to an SAP system. This link could be required for many different business processes. So with this, we have covered all the 20 questions related to controlling organizational units. I hope this video is helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video.